Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 5th grade concept of multiplying whole numbers and fractions with models. This is standard 5.3i in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 28 of the 2024 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called drag and drop, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so they're not the biggest blanks down here at the bottom, but we do have some blanks that need to be filled with numbers. You see two of them are going to end up being fractions. One looks like it's going to be a whole number. It is a 2-point problem, and if I try to just select two of them, I am going to get a warning saying you need to use the numbers to fill in all three boxes, and each number can only be used once. All right, so let's see what we're looking at here. 2-point problem. I've got a model here. Now, it's not three shapes here. This key lets us know what each of this represents. Okay, so this is one whole. So if all of this were filled in, obviously it's not, this would be one whole. And if all of this were filled in, this would be one whole. Okay, so what do each of these represent? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So if I want to label these as eighths, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. So I can label this as 5 eighths. And then I can do the same thing over here because it's the exact same representation. All right, so this also is 5 eighths. Now, what is this showing to us? It's not the whole. So if I want to rewrite my whole as 8 eighths, I could do it like that because, right, I've got 8 eighths shaded here. Well, you notice that each of these rectangles that are partially filled in, these 5 eighths, right, they look exactly the same, which means we are dealing with equal groups. And when you're dealing with equal groups, you are dealing with either multiplication or division. In this case, multiplication, because look, they even say the word product. Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. And we've got a multiplication down there. Lots of clues to let us know we're going to multiply. So what are we multiplying? Well, our first factor needs to be a fraction because you see we've already got the denominator eighths, which is what we're dealing with, right? And so what do we have here repeated? Well, each of these repeats, and each of these is going to be 5 eighths. And then how many different 5/8 representations do we have? Well, I've got 1, 2. So we could look at it like this, 5 eighths times 2. Now the question is how many eighths does that make? Well, we can count in this case. There's a way to do it without counting, and I'll show you that in a moment. But if I wanted to count, right, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 eighths. Now, 5 eighths times 2, it's just repeated addition, so I could do 5 eighths plus 5 eighths, right? That's what times 2 means. You're just doing repeated addition. That would also work. If you had no pictures, here's another way to think of it. If you do 5 eighths times, now if you have to multiply a whole number to fraction, if you turn the whole number into a fraction, you can multiply straight across. Now, 2 is a whole number. Any whole number can be turned into a fraction by simply putting it over a denominator of 1. 2 wholes, or 2 ones, makes 2. Now I can multiply straight across. 5 times 2 makes 10. 8 times 1 makes 8. We've got 10 eighths, but you could do that even without any pictures if you turn the whole number into a fraction, multiply straight across. So let's build that. We're going to take this 5, we're going to say it's 5 eighths. We've got 2 of those, we're going to multiply it by 2, and then 2 sets of 5 eighths is going to give us 10 eighths. And that is how we get full credit 2 points.